for me but me. If you don't know who I am, guess who I am. My name is Mega.
I actually like this angle a lot. I'm gonna film it from here, but I kind of forgot my notepad, so I'm kind of just gonna run off my thoughts. So we're gonna do why I love Scorpio Men. Hence, that's why the atmosphere changed a little bit. Okay, if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Mava. I'm a singer, songwriter, as well as I'm into astrology. And we're gonna continue the Happy Valentine's Day series of why I love you, so excited man. If you haven't already, go check out the others so you can get more insight on what's going on. Until then, stay tuned. Because right now, Scorpio Men. So many things to like and dislike. Seriously, so many things to like and dislike. But the main thing I'm going to talk about for sure is they're not cheap. Some of them can be weird, but then again, it's up to you. You gotta have those standards set in the first place. But one thing about it, I've never dealt with a Scorpio man ever in my life. I promise you that whether it's a friendship or a relationship level, or they didn't initially try to control the relationship or the bond through money. Meaning, it kind of goes the same thing with Aries men, by the way. But we'll just leave it for Scorpio. Meaning, they want to call every single shot in the relationship, and they know money is power. So depending on how you're looking at that dynamic and what you expect out of it, give or take, just know more times than not, if they're into you, they're not cheap. Definitely one of those ones that are not really cheap. If you deal with the loser one, typically they will do everything to psychologically manipulate you into reversing the whole dynamics. But like I said, it's a positive thing. I'm not really going to go deep into why I dislike them necessarily, because I want to stay on topic. But financially, typically more times than not, if this is a good healthy dynamic, okay, money on, okay, typically they're financially stable. I feel like personally me, if I'm going to be with a Scorpio guy, more times than not, you gotta be okay with them running shit, because they're not gonna allow you to run it. They're not gonna allow you to run them out of their masculinity, is what I'm trying to say. Because you do that, then they turn into pouty and just very toxic and childish and annoying. But from what I've seen, and when I see connections being formed on a positive level when dealing with Scorpios, because people will be like, oh my god, Scorpios and Virgos are some of the worst people you can deal with. Yes, but you gotta understand, these people like their power. So the one way to exercise that is through finances, most definitely. So that's one reason why I love Scorpios. The second thing I like about Scorpio men, or love about them, is intimacy. And I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about the fact is, if they're into you, they're actually going to build a real life connection with you. Because, I feel like getting men to be emotional vulnerable, there's so many ways you can look at it. It's either they're trying to manipulate you, or if they're really, because you think about it, man and money business, typically more times than not, if they're leading with their money, meaning they're taking care of you and providing for you, there's a high chance that they're going to establish a level of intimacy with you that isn't a sexual connection. Because I know, yes, Scorpio is all about sex, blah, 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 blah. Every single thing y'all talk about with Scorpio has to revolve around sex, but I'm talking about intimacy, meaning creating a connection with everything internal. Mind, body, and soul. That whole trifecta of elements of what it means to connect with yourself to the point where to connect with another person is what I'm trying to hint at. Because I feel like when they're there, they're there. Kind of like a Sagittarius, when they're there, they're there. But with them, I feel like their connection is, it's emotional and sacred. Because one thing with Scorpios too, specifically Scorpio men, they want to consume you whole. Like, they want all of you. They want to know what's going on with your mind more than anything. And it's like, I feel like, especially with dealing with water signs, yes, you have to be emotionally available to deal with these people. But then again, give or take, men are still men. the root word of manipulation is man. So take what you want with the information. But like I said, if you love this man or you want to be in a relationship with them, one thing I've noticed with Scorpios, if they actually like you, they spend and they build an intimate relationship with you. Kind of like Virgo, where they start learning little things about you. But with them, it's like they want to know you for you. The thing I like about Scorpios, I love about Scorpio men, is their loyalty. I feel like through the good, bad, and ugly, because you know, the contrast when it comes to dealing with Scorpios is transformation. Transformation is beautiful if it's the outcome that it's supposed to be versus what you settle for it to be. So transformation isn't necessarily always easy, but I say that because through the good, bad, and ugly, kinda like Virgo. I'm gonna do the Virgo man one after this, but through the good, bad, and ugly, I feel like as long as I feel like a Scorpio man has evolved to a higher state of being within themselves, they're willing to stick it out with you, not stick you and pin you to the ground. But in the chances of them being with you, they want to see it all. Like I said, the whole intimacy part, the loyalty sticks with them if you're willing to show them the good, bad, and ugly. Whereas with Libras, they only like the superficial package, everything to be represented one way, forgetting the fact that everything is a process. Beauty isn't just overnight. Beauty is pain. So I feel like the statement beauty is pain kind of does resonate more with Scorpio in terms of establishing a real connection with somebody versus something superficial. So I will say, like, the loyalty component is something you're gonna love about Scorpios for sure. They're willing to commit to you if you're willing to commit to yourself and upgrading yourself as well. Number fourth reason why I love Scorpios, you know, branching off from the loyalty point, I think like passionate is definitely one of the reasons you'll love a Scorpio. Because if you say, I had a problem with this person, they did this, and it rubbed me the wrong way, best believe he's going to handle this person because they did that and that they rubbed you the wrong way. Yeah. They don't take those things and complaints and concerns lightly, especially when it comes to people that they care about. Okay, I've seen it because I have a brother that's Scorpio. He whatchamacallit, was in a relationship with somebody, and straight up, his ex-girlfriend said she had a problem with this guy. He said this to her, she didn't like it. He went to this guy because he said that to her, and he did something that guy wouldn't have liked. Because I feel like, you know, Scorpio people tend to be one of those people that take relationships really serious. Sorry, I didn't really mean to say shit, but like, they take relationships seriously. Because if you're opening that level of vulnerability to somebody else, they kind of feel like you're an extension of them. So if you mess with the person that they're with, it's like the same thing as you messing with them. Kind of the same thing with Cancer, which I will talk about. Even though I can't stand Cancer, my ex-husband's a Cancer. But I will say, when it comes to people that disturb their partner, they're going to handle that. Okay? So, do as you want, do as you will with that information. I think, honestly, many of the points that I stated in the first place, they all kind of tie in together. So I'm not really going to give you a fifth reason why I love Scorpios. But I feel like genuinely, because they're passionate people, you grow to love them. But just because you grow to love them doesn't mean you can't grow to hate them as well. But that's saved for another video. So if you like this video, smash subscribe, like the video, comment down below what your experiences have been. I love reading those. And tune back in for the next video, okay? Love you guys. Bye.